Dear Cthulhu, you are the only one for me. Why don't you come here? P.S. No cultists, please. This is just you and me. Oh, Cthulhu. Mwah. There's got to be easier ways to get a date. Ugh, just feel creepy saying that. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to The Broken Meeple. I'm Luke Hector, and this is a review of Cthulhu Love Letter. Yes, AEG have jumped the shark well and truly here. Love Letter, as some of you may know, is a very popular micro game. It's literally one that you could play in a matter of minutes or for as long as you feel like, because let's face it, you just make the end condition as many hearts as you like. And it's a very simple game where you essentially have a card in your hand, you'll draw one and you'll play one. That's literally the mechanics of the game. But as you play each card, different effects will go off and you're essentially trying to knock out the other players or be the highest value card remaining at the end of the round. And Love Letter has been no stranger to all different types of intellectual properties. We've had Love Letter. We've had Love Letter Lord of the Rings. We've had Love Letter Batman, which was kind of weird. We've had Love Letter Adventure Time. You name it, there is a Love Letter for it. And there'll probably be more to come. Well, we've really gone mad now with Cthulhu Love Letter. Yes, Lovecraft Letter as this one's called. It's essentially Cthulhu Love Letter. As if you thought sending a love letter to Batman wasn't kind of weird, or sending a love letter to Frodo, now you get to send it to Cthulhu. Yeah. Okay. Some people might be doing that, and yeah, well, you just stay over there. But otherwise, yeah, this is essentially a re-implementation of Love Letter. It uses the same basic rules, it just adds its own little twist and flair with the Cthulhu mythos theme wrapped around it. How does this compare to other love letters of the, times gone by? Well, a very quick overview will tell you more, and then I'll get on to my final thoughts. Love Letter is a game of risk, deduction and luck that uses the award-winning Love Letter engine. 2 to 6 players embark on a quest to find a relative of theirs. Or, to put it more bluntly, you essentially play the same as Love Letter and try to knock out the other players whilst having the highest card in your hand. Yeah, the theme is kind of non-existent as you would expect. The rules are almost identical to the original Love Letter, in that you draw a card and play a card. In fact, the abilities are so similar that half of them in this game are exact duplicates of what is in the original Love Letter game. Right down to the number 4 card protecting you for a round, for the level 8 card being an automatic lose if you discard it. You name it, it's exactly the same as original Love Letter. Where Lovecraft Letter differs, however, is that for each number there is a sane card, but there's also an insanity card, and there is one per number. The insanity cards have similar effects to their sane counterparts, except they have slightly more powerful effects. So this seems great, why don't you always use them? Well, the problem is that whilst you have one of those in front of you, you have to make sanity checks every round in order to see if you go insane. And if you do, you're out of the round. So it's a ticking time bomb to make it work. However, these cards introduce alternate winning conditions for meeting certain criteria. And of course, you can still win this game whether you are sane or insane. However, the number of victories you need is lower if you do them while being sane. So it already emphasizes that it's a little easier to win this game if you are insane. But, of course, it balances it out by saying you need to win 3 times as opposed to 2. The game comes packaged in a lovely premium box, just like the recently released Love Letter Premium, with tarot-sized cards, custom sleeves, and in this case, poker chips to represent your victories. Other than that, it is essentially Love Letter with a Cthulhu theme. If you know how to play Love Letter, you already know how to play 75% of what this game entails. If you're completely new to Love Letter, you've probably already got at least half of what this game entails just from this overview. So let me go into more detail about what I think about this newest entry into the Love Letter franchise. Okay, so a very brief overview of Lovecraft Letter. Now, first of all, let's just talk about how it looks. There was a recently released, I'll just get it off the shelf here actually, because I've got it in view, Love Letter Premium, okay? This is the one that I've had in my collection for a while, especially as I somehow lost my Love Letter Batman edition. And this one is basically the original Love Letter, but it came with extra rolls, which I must admit, I think the extra rolls in this aren't that great. I wouldn't want to play this with more than 4 players, so this whole like play it with 8 players is no good. But nice box, you know, lovely sealed compartment. You know, it seals up. Ooh, if I find the end of it, yep. Opens up in a nice fold-away box. You've got, you know, beautiful artwork inside. You've got the insert. You've got jumbo heart tokens, and you've got, you know, extremely big size cards with the custom sleeves. Well, this Cthulhu Love Letter is no different because it's the same type of box, except it's more drawn like an actual book, which is quite a nice little touch. It opens in exactly the same way. You have some nice little 1920s style artwork in there, a little rule book, but in this case you have the jumbo size cards, and let me get you a proper card rather than a reference guide. You know, these ones here, nice big ones with the custom sleeves, but you also get some fairly decent, you know, there's that. Nice decent sized poker chips to represent, you know, how many sane victories you've had and how many insane victories you've had. So just like Love Letter Premium, it certainly feels the part in terms of component quality. And the artwork is, strangely enough, done by Vincent Dutrait, who is not the first person I would pick to do Cthulhu as an art form, but his artwork looks pretty good, it suits him nicely, and certainly it makes the whole package feel very, you know, very prestigious. It feels like it justifies its price point in terms of its look and feel alone. Of course, whether you want to pay that much for essentially a micro game is entirely up to you. I can't make that decision for you because essentially it is Love Letter. But, you know, certainly does look the part, and I think this one is slightly cheaper than the original Love Letter Premium, so take from that what you will. But how does this game play? Well, I'm not going to go into, you know, I already like Love Letter. You know, Love Letter is a great micro game. I enjoy it. I like playing it. I have Love Letter Premium for crying out loud, you know, so naturally I like it. But it's, you know, it's a cheap little micro game that's great for getting new people into the hobby. So that part of this is exactly the same. You know, the cards are literally the same abilities for the same ones. So if you played one, you know how to play this for the most part. So where does this one differ? Well, it differs from those Insanity cards. And this actually is a cool addition because there's only one copy of each of those for those, you know, those numbers. There's a single 1, a single 2, a single 3, and so forth. And the effects are similar to what the same cards are, but there are differences and some of them are a bit more unique than others. But what I like is that it introduces that kind of extra push your luck mechanic of, I want to use this cool ability, but I know I'm going to have to make a sanity check every turn until I either win this round or I go insane. When do you want to do that? Do you want to do it early and try and win quickly, or do you wait till later so that you don't have to make so many sanity checks? And the more of these you use, the harder it is to pass one of those checks. So obviously the more insane you get, the quicker you're basically spelling your own doom. But it does add a nice level of tension when you have to draw cards from the top of the deck to make that check, and it's like, don't reveal another one. Whew, yeah, we're good. Right, carry on. Right, I'll play this card. And it works nicely. I like the fact that even though those effects are more powerful, it's balanced out with winning 3 times rather than 2 if you do it by insane victories. And despite people thinking that, oh yeah, it means I'll still win by insanity, no, actually, I've had more victories seen with this game through sane victories than I have with insanity ones. There's been a bit more of a skew towards sane than insane, but I would say it's roughly fairly well balanced. The alternate winning conditions that you get on some of these insanity cards are neat too. It adds that extra surprise factor. Like, I think I've got this in the bag, and then somebody pulls out, a really weird scenario with one of the insanity cards and sneaks in a win. In fact, the Cthulhu card, the level 8 insanity card, has an effect that if you can get 2 or more insanity cards in front of you and then discard Cthulhu, you win the game. Not the round, the entire game. So even if you're falling behind, which some people will think, I'm massively behind in Love Letter, there's no way I'm going to win, I'll just play this round, see what happens. No, go for that winning condition. Because now you have like a way to win the entire game from having no previous victories. But if you can just pull off that one thing with Cthulhu of like, I am the ultimate priest of Cthulhu or something, then you can pull out a win. And yes, I've not seen that happen yet. It's not the easiest thing to pull off, but it could. And you'll try. Believe me, you will try. And of course, that could be a downfall, but just for that one time when someone pulls it off, it's going to be quite memorable, I can assure you. Aside from that, it's essentially Love Letter. In fact, I think it plays quicker than original Love Letter. Not like in terms of the rounds, but in how many different games you need to play, because 2 sane victories, you could have that done in a matter of 10 minutes, if someone does particularly well. Whereas with Love Letter, you had to get up to, I think, 4 hearts. Maybe you tweaked it for more players, but, you found that Love Letter stopped being a micro game after a point if everyone kept winning different victories. Here, though, feels nice and quick. Doesn't take long to explain the rules. Even the insanity rules are pretty simple. The card effects, like I say, are identical to Love Letter, aside from those new ones, so they are not complex rules. There's no weird, funky rules like you get in some of the other, types of Love Letter. It's just straight up, simple Love Letter, with an additional Cthulhu twist. Of course, the theme is pasted on, but the artwork is cool. And I must admit, it is kind of weird that you would have certain, some of that artwork on the sane cards is of various elder gods. I don't feel particularly sane if I see this massive gribbly monster coming towards me, but oh well. The picture looks cool anyway, because Vincent Dutrait does some very impressive artwork. So, I like it. Not perfect, not something I'm going to bring out all the time, just like the original Love Letter, but Love Letter is definitely one of the best micro games in existence. It's rated highly, and there's a good reason why. So, Lovecraft Letter for me gets a solid 7 gribbly, wobbly, slimy Cthulhu tentacles. It's one of the best Love Letter implementations there has been to date. It looks the part, it feels the part. It is a bit expensive for a micro game, and that is a flaw. But if you're willing to part with the cash, this is still one of the better Love Letters out there. So that's it for me. I'm off to go pray to nobody. I'm not praying to anybody. Sorry, Cthulhu. Sorry. But I need to get on with other things. Okay, so yes, that's it for me. And just remember, if you're into this whole praying to elder gods thing of Cthulhu and that, remember it's only a game, guys. Okay, it's only a game.